Okay, it's done. Beep boop. You want to see how I made this lovely, lovely plywood cut with the CNC machine that didn't cut quite properly, so I had to fix them mobile. And the other half of this coconut shell. It used to be a little treasure box, but it didn't sit very good. So if you want to see how I built that, watch the video, okay? Okay, real quick, and I love this belt sander. I got this on Amazon. It's Win again. Not sponsored by them, but I love this. And so what you do is I took the included Allen wrench, and you can open this up, and to change the belt, all you got to do is open this, and it loosens it, and you can just slide that right off. That's all you got to do to change the belt. And it's also got this disc here, and it's got this tray that you can adjust on angles. And it's got if you have a vacuum system, you can hook it up to that. I just stick my vacuum in there and vacuum it out every now and then. But this thing speeds up sanding so good. So if you need a belt sander and want a reasonably priced one, find my link in my description and go check it out. Okay, the fish are all sanded, and I've got almost every color under the sun of stain. All right, time to stain. Let's try the dark mahogany first. Tops of everything rust here in Oregon. Pop this open. And mix it. Okay. Let's do this one first. Holy cow, that's dark. That is really dark in color. It's beautiful. Wipe it off. Okay, like it. Start lining them up. Let's do a few of all the sizes of that color. Okay, now we'll try the early American. Here's some weathered gray. Oops. Tipping it over to show y'all, and I dumped it all over the table. Oop. We're going to leave the stain on it for just a minute to kind of darken all of these. Okay, there's a weathered gray. And one more. Yep. Okay, it's the next morning. The sun is shining. It's going to be a beautiful day. This is how they turned out. Really good, I think. So now what we need to do is we're going to put them on this. This is a coconut shell cut in half here. Someone gave it to me. They thought well, I think it had a hinge on it. It was a little open deal right there. Anyway, it's a coconut. We're going to hang them off of this. Since it's wood, this is all wood stuff. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to line them up in the order that we're going to put them and drill holes in the top. But the bottom ones are not going to need, the ones that hang on the bottom won't need a hole drill from that. So I'm going to start lining them up now. Okay, here's all the stains I used. I used a little Minwax, some Rust-Oleum, and some Varathane. So check out the links in my description. Okay, here's the placement. I've got 10 rows of fishies. And the reason I have 10 rows is because I like to keep them about an inch apart, and this tip to that tip measures 10. So therefore I think we can put 8, 4 here, and 1 on each end for 10. So this coconutty will hold them all. Okay, so now we need to mark their little noses for where we're going to drill the holes to connect the fishing line. So these bottom ones don't need holes on the bottom, but all these others do, because we're going to hook them to each other. So I'm just going to take this marker here and I'm going to do just a dot, dot, dot. All right, I'm over here at the trusty wind drill press, and now I've got to select a drill bit. We don't need anything too big. I'm going to use fishing line, so let's just go with this one, just a small size. Oh, it says in there, but it's a 55, whatever that means. Okay, so we put this in here. And we're going to start drilling our holes. Get the clamp down. Okay. So that's going to be a little bit high. We can't get our fish in there, so we got to lower it down. They're all the same width, so we can just kind of put it right there's fine. Okay. All right. Let's do it to it. All right, I mentioned that I was at the Win. This is my drill press. I've had this for a while, and I'm not sponsored, but I am an Amazon affiliate, and that's where I got this. And it's so nice. I've never had one. You just open it up. It's 5 speeds. There's your little thing. One time this was coming loose, so I undid the cotter key and put some of that Loctite in there, and ever since that's been a gem. And it's so nice. It's got this little adjuster if you want to drill a certain depth, and you can tilt this plate here, and it's got your measurement things right there. Okay, and uses a chuck to loosen and tighten. So if anybody ever wants a reasonably priced drill press, find my link and go get one. Okay, and one thing, this is my last strand, unless if I had it to do again, I would have drilled the holes and sanded it one more time, because there's always a little blowout. So I just been filing that back part off. You know, some of them kind of split out a little bit. But anyway, this is how we fix it. Oops. Slippery little fish. Just kind of okay, and then all I do to tie them is just a regular knot. I did fisherman knots on my mussel shell mobiles, but I don't really think that's necessary. You just tie it in here, just a regular square knot. over, and then under. No, it doesn't even matter how you do it actually. Just pull it really tight. Tug on it real nice. And I don't think that's ever going to go anywhere. And I'm just leaving a few inches on top to hook it there. Okay, so we got that one. And then you just go right on down the line. Poke it in the hole there. Like so. Pull it real tight. Give yourself a few inches. We'll have to cut off the excess later. Take this, make sure you got the head of your fish going the same way. Okay, I started tying them together. Don't do what I did. Notice anything? These little guys are supposed to go on the bottom, and I put them on the top. Sheesh. Or whatever mobile you might be building, make sure they're in the right order. Okay, so you just tying these knots is so tedious, but it's part of the project. Once you get them tied, give yourself, doesn't have to be exact science either on the spacing. We'll just put them all together the way they look best. Okay, here they all are, hooked on their strings, ready to jump on the coconut half. Okay, that's pretty fibrous content here. So anyway, now I'm hoping I've saved enough string to go. So I'm going to find something to attach them with on the top. Okay, so I want to put one on the end here and on this end. Okay, and then I got my fishy holding this, so I'm going to go, let's see, 1, 2, 3. We need 4 here, so we got okay, so that would be one at 2, 4, 6, and 8, give or take. So we're gonna have to just divide that up. Here's approximately 2, and over here is approximately 2, and then between there and there is 5, so we're going to go, then move it to the middle. I'm going to go 2, that's quite a bit bigger there than there. I did something wrong, but bump. This one should be more over here. Okay, and then we'll do the same on the other side. I'm going to put one here, and one here, and one here, and one here, about that, okay? So I'm going to drill those up. I'll be right back. See, here's a couple mussel shell mobiles that I did. These are each inch apart. These ones are a little bit more. This was the very first one I did. But I think the wooden fish being an inch apart would be about right. Alright, I got my hand drill this time in a really long bit since we got to go through some surface here. Okay, so that's drifting. Let's see if that worked. So what I ended up doing to hook those on is I had to take a needle and actually thread these through here. And I just put these little wooden beads, different ones, since the whole thing's kind of a wood theme, and hooked it together. And I love the sound of it. It's kind of a gentle wood tone. Here it is in all its glory. And so I'm utilizing materials that have been given to me, like half a coconut shell. I have the other half. It was a little hinge box thing. And these fish someone gave me that they had gotten from their laser CNC machine that didn't cut right. And they gave them to my friend who gave them to me, who knew that I would be able to utilize them. And in addition to that, I got to use up 2 almost empty bottles of matte clear finish to waterproof it a little bit. So I'm feeling good that I get to utilize materials and make a beautiful thing. Listen to it. It's going to sound really cool in the wind.